Here we are. It's like nothing happened.
Jammed shut. The wood must... I've stored my case in there, a box within a box. I've hung my dress inside. Aside from that, the wardrobe is empty.
Just want to make sure nothing's changed. I think there's just this.
What's this?
Is that a stone or fossil?
There's a strange stone strapped to the cover.
Chicken. Yeah, it says. Day 1. Arrived after a decent day's ride from Bakewell. This is a curious place. Locals seem distant. I'm to meet my local contact tomorrow, so it'll be an early night for me. I shall try to keep a diary of my stay here and not give up by day 3 of the excavation as usual. Despite the thrill of possible new discoveries, I cannot stop thinking about my dear wife and wonder if I should have left her in her current state. I must have faith that she will conquer this bout of illness. Day 4. We made it past day 3. True to form, my journal has been abandoned. Let that not speak for the excitement I feel for this excavation. After much preparation, we dig tomorrow. Such an exceptional site with unique history. As for the dangers, we shall meet them head first. We are prepared. I also sought out a local wise woman yesterday, and she provided me with a tincture for my beloved's nausea gravidarum. I am sure she shall be pleased with it upon my return. She sells seashells by the seashore. Lo, a place of miracles. A planted seed sprouted before our eyes and illuminated our path. Nature's laws hold no meaning here, but I clutch my tablet with knowledge that it shall end this. Clutch my tablet with the knowledge that it shall end this. Rho Theta Epsilon. And then 11 or XI. We found the code that was simply in the singularity of the characters. All eyes must face towards the 7th Archontic. I'm guessing this is a clue or solution to a puzzle. Oh. When the sun and the 2 moons meet, the guardian shall be defeated. The dead language reveals the path. For thou art the moon, the chief of the stars. Listen to the things that I have said. Follow the words of my mouth. Reveal thyself to me. I heard a whisper, not once, again and again. I will pour out my spirit. I will pour out my spirit. I will pour out my spirit. Interesting. I'm grabbing my notebook. Moon, stars, listen, mouth. Close.
It appears to be a journal, full of hogwash. I don't recognize the handwriting. Maybe Stanley knows more about it.
Stanley's the bartender, if I remember right. Journal, chisel. Reminding myself what we have here. We've got Kenneth the worm.
Curses! I forgot I had this worm in my pocket. Poor thing is dead now. Rest in peace, Kenneth.
Oh, he's just gone?
My lantern is fueled and operational.
I wonder if there's... whatever.
The trusty trowel, the Barrow digger's best friend.
I didn't
This
get
one
to
has seen
use him
better
for
days.
anything. So I wonder if I missed out on some little, like,
Good
optional
morning.
thing.
How's your head, Miss Bateman? That were quite the tune you treated us to last night.
To be honest, Stanley, I've felt better. I take it you slid this journal under my door?
I beg your pardon?
The journal, Stanley.
I certainly did no such thing. Nor could have anyone else. You're the only guest staying here.
What's the meaning of all this? Do you propose that it manifested itself out of thin air?
Well,
Why accuse him? Relent.
I'm sorry. I just don't understand how else it could have got there.
There's something shining. Am I seeing this?
Are
Journal.
you sure there was no one else here overnight?
without doubt.
How very, very peculiar.
So, what does it say inside?
You're being honest.
Take a look.
Well, I can't make head nor tail of it.
Neither can I.
Maybe someone else in the village can help you with it.
Stone.
What do you make of this stone?
That's a funny looking thing. It's got a cockerel on it.
Yes, but have you seen anything like it?
Never.
Do you ever have strange dreams, Stanley?
Me? I sleep as sound as a baby.
I had one such dream last night. It was so vivid.
What were it about?
Explain the dream.
I was at Hobbs Barrow,
Oh?
but everything was different. Great peaks soared in the distance. And there was a creature.
A creature, you say?
Yes, a short, robed fellow, eyes as black as pitch. It told me that my father had been there in Hobbs Barrow many years ago, but something went wrong, and the creature helped him escape. It said that I would find proof in the morning.
Oh, the journal. You've had a premonition, lass.
Please, Stanley, I've no time for that nonsense. But I'll admit it's a strange coincidence.
Now, what did I tell you about Hobbs Barrow?
That I should leave it alone?
Aye.
Hogwash.
I feel like there's
Your
a certain
dream
point
reminds me of a story from my childhood. An old
when enough
folk
strange
tale
stuff happens to
about
you.
Hobbs Barrow.
It's hard to continue to call it hogwash.
What is this folk tale you mention?
Well, when I were a wee boy, there were talk of a goblin. They say he lived inside Hobbs Barrow.
A hobgoblin.
Hence the name, Hobbs Barrow. Hob, coming from hobgoblin, of course. Unfortunately, I don't remember anything else about it.
I was told not to believe in such fairy tales, Stanley.
Don't close your mind to such things, lass. I'm sure Mr. Shoulder will tell you more.
Perhaps, if I ever meet him. Goodbye.
See you soon.
Good morning, Mr. Kemp.
Good day,
Who's
Miss
this?
Tompkins.
I'm here for his lordship's paper.
Sorry, lass. Mr. Price hasn't dropped them off this morning. I heard he actually left the village yesterday.
Indeed, I can vouch for that.
Ma'am?
Good day.
Oh dear. His lordship won't be pleased.
My sincerest apologies, Miss Tompkins.
I'll come back in a few days. Ta-ra.
Goodbye.
Who is Miss Tompkins?
A housemaid in the employ of Panswick Manor. She comes by to pick up his lordship's weekly paper.
I'm surprised newspapers are available in Bewley.
Aye, his lordship gets what he wants.
Lord Panswick likes to keep up with affairs from outside of Bewley.
Aye, he has many interests around the country.
What sort of interests?
His lordship's affairs are his own business.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Ah.
The knife is stuck deep in the table.
This to the guy that was doing the finger, whatever you call it, stabbing between your fingers.
Goodness me, I can't budge it.
Be careful, Miss Bateman. You'll cut yourself. I spent all morning trying to get that bloody thing out. I shall be having words with that scoundrel next time he shows his face.
purses.
We have our very own Excalibur. It's all yours if you can pull it out, King Arthur.
Take the chisel to it.
I do not wish to damage Mr. Kemp's table any further than it already has been. No,
I assume I don't have the means.
I do not wish... I've no use for ashes. I don't need to use the... Stanley is yet to set the fire for today. There's nothing else
Okay.
Right. I need to convince Mr. Bryden to let me excavate Hobbs Barrow and find out where this journal came from.
One on here.
She is busy setting up her stall.
Oh yeah, it's the market day.
Good day.
I'm still setting up my stall. Come back later.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Father Roach.
Good morning, Father Roach.
Ah, Miss Bateman. What a pleasure to see you again. Have you tracked down Mr. Shoulder yet?
Don't get me started.
I'll take that as a no.
Indeed.
I feel like this guy's voice sounds familiar. Quite possibly from a different point-and-click game.
Do you recognize this journal?
What a tatty old thing. You ought to take better care of your possessions, Miss.
It's not mine.
Then whose is it?
That's precisely what I'm trying to find out.
I'm afraid I can't help you. I haven't seen it before.
What do you make of this stone?
I don't recognize the symbol from any Christian iconography. Did you make it yourself?
No, never mind. What brings you to the square today?
I'm meeting a couple of young congregation members to go over some scripture. You're welcome to join us.
Thank you, Father Roach, but I have quite a busy day ahead of me.
We will be at St. Edmund's, should you wish to join us later.
Thanks for your time.
Lord be with you.
Thanks.
The blacksmith looks closed. The bucket is rusty and full of holes.
Let's check over here.
Mr. Long mustn't be in. I've already taken my crate.
Nothing of interest has changed here then. Yeah.
I have nothing.
Attention, Bewley Station is closed for the time being due to track damage between Bewley and Bakewell. We apologize for any inconvenience caused. Midland Railway. Oh,
Thomasina!
Good morning, Arthur.
You look a bit addled. Are you feeling all right?
I am not used to drinking as much as we did.
Aye, my head is pounding.
To tell you the truth, Arthur, I've had a somewhat puzzling morning.
Oh?
Someone slipped this journal under the door of my room.
Whose journal is it?
I have no idea. The text refers to some sort of excavation.
Well, Stanley must be playing tricks on you.
He swore his innocence. I thought perhaps you might have done it?
No, it wasn't me. That's for certain. Somehow I have a clear memory of last night.
I wonder who left me this journal then.
Mind if I take a closer look?
Please go ahead.
what do you think?
The writings of a madman.
I don't disagree. Did the sketches mean anything to you?
No, not at all. But they turn me stomach. You might want to show this to Mother Mildred.
Who is Mother Mildred?
Some think her a witch.
A witch?
Aye. She might be able to help you with the symbols.
Where can I find her?
She lives alone in a little cottage within Herne Wood here. You shouldn't have too much trouble finding her.
Thanks, Arthur.
You're welcome.
I was going to say I couldn't explore the woods last time, and that's probably why.
What do you make of this stone?
It's a good shape for skimming across water. What is it?
I'm not sure. It was strapped to the cover of the journal.
How mysterious.
I had a splendid time last night.
Aye. I even remember most of it this time. Thanks for listening to me going on. I really appreciate it.
The feeling is mutual. Thank you too, Arthur. I see the railway station is closed. What happened?
The line is down. Track damage between Bewley and Bakewell. No trains for a day or more.
Does that mean I'm stranded here?
For the time being, Thomasina.
Capital. Why do people think Mother Mildred is a witch? Just because a woman lives alone in the woods doesn't mean she flies about on a broomstick.
There was that one time she turned someone into a toad.
They say she lays with demons.
Who are they?
Oh, you know, local folk.
Hogwash.
Some also go to her for potions and spells.
Spells? Come now, Arthur.
Truth be told, she's a nice old lady. I sometimes see her foraging in the brambles around here.
Will she burn at the stake sometime soon?
You might think us backward in Bewley, Thomasina, but we're not that backward.
Sorry, Arthur. I only meant to tease. Goodbye.
Ta-ra!
Okay. Should we go in the woods or look around first? Oh, who's this? It's the Lord.
Hello, dear.
Good day. I believe we've met.
Miss Thomasina Bateman, the famous antiquarian.
My reputation precedes me.
I can assure you it does.
And you are?
James,
What are you painting?
a new world.
Quite the ambition.
Indeed, my ambition knows no bounds.
Can I see it?
Not yet. It's not finished. Such a world is not complete without you in it.
You flatter me, James.
Nonsense. Say you'll let me paint you.
What? Why not?
Why not?
Magnificent. You shall be the shining star of my new world.
I don't really have the time now, though. Perhaps later?
Don't fret, my dear. When the time comes, I shall call on thee.
Capital. Are you a painter?
You see this beck before you. Look at the water. See how it tumbles and falls. I seek one spot on which my eyes can rest, be it a stone or a small corner of the current. I meet it with my gaze, and out of the tumbling and falling, a new land rises. I see a new world.
You certainly have the eloquence of an artist. Do you recognise this journal?
A place to keep one's thoughts and reflect?
Is it yours?
No, my dear.
What do you make of this stone?
It looks antique. You might want to keep a hold of it.
Do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
I'd like to know more about you, Thomasina. What time do you like to rise in the morning? How do you like your tea? What makes you happy?
I mean, I would tell the truth, except a little flirting doesn't hurt. Like, am I flirting by just answering his questions? Or can I just answer his questions and be done with it? I'll tell the truth, I guess.
Well, I like to rise early and watch the sunrise.
With your husband, I'm sure.
I see.
I'm currently unentangled.
Such a view should be shared with at least a lover.
Do you deem yourself fit for this position?
Indubitably. But do go on. How do you like your tea?
Hot. with just a splash of milk.
And no sugar, of course.
No sugar.
It rots the teeth. Your smile is as dazzling as the Himalayan snow.
Oh, James.
And finally, what makes you happy?
Spending time with my father.
I should like to meet him.
Perhaps you will. And you, James? I propose the same queries to you.
All in good time. My truths will surround you in good time.
Do you know
All right.
Leonard Shoulder?
A man of Bewley?
Yes.
I care not for the men of Bewley. Only for the visitors.
What do you know of Lord Panswick?
A fine gentleman. Now that is someone who commands respect.
Do you know him personally?
No, I don't think anyone can really claim that. But what a tiring subject. Shall we
This guy
discuss
isn't the
something
Lord?
a little more exciting?
Goodbye.
See you soon, my dear.
Where did I meet this guy then? Huh. I don't know. I'm confused now.
It's locked.
Nothing going on here yet. Oops.
This is where I dug up Jane's ragdoll. I shall name you Kenneth II.
What do I need the worm for?
I've already taken one. This young fellow looks miserable.
Give him a worm.
Hello, Wally.
Go away! You gave the doll back to my sister.
It wasn't very nice of you to bury her favourite toy, Wally.
I gave it to the fair folk, and you stole it back from them.
You don't really believe in fairies, do you? You're old enough to know better.
They're real, and thanks to you, I'm cursed.
There's no such thing as curses either, Wally.
Go away!
Hey, Nightmare Thief. It's going pretty well. Oh yeah, this goes back here. I don't think I want to be here yet. We could try going out to the cottage.
I've come a long way to meet you, Mr. Shoulder. Please open the door. Mr. Shoulder continues to prove himself elusive.
Better check out these chickens.
You're a sweet little thing, aren't you?
Can I give a worm to the chicken? Otherwise, I don't know what the worm's for.
That would be rather cruel to the poor worm.
I mean, more cruel than sticking it in my pocket and forgetting about it until it dies.
What a peculiar name. I can't...
Yeah, we're strolling around the countryside. Did I always go this way? Oh, that's how you get here. Okay. Let's go to the woods, I guess. See if we can find this witch. It's me as the little kid again.
Thomasina, dear, come say goodbye to your father. Come on now, don't make him wait.
I don't want to.
Aren't you going to miss me?
I hate you, Daddy.
Those are strong words for such a little lady.
I want to come with you.
We've been through this, little bird. You can't come with me this time, but we'll go to Seaborough next month. I promise. Oh, what a dig that shall be.
I hate you.
Well, I love you. See you soon, little bird.
Oh. Wonder if that's... Hold on. Back up. Oh!
I shan't be visiting the badgers again. I was lucky to escape intact.
I was about to say, isn't there a badger in there?
Resin has been oozing from the stump. It looks set now. The resin has set somewhat. It's firmly gripped to the stump.
Chisel it.
I've collected some waxy resin. I've collected this lump of waxy resin.
What would I use that for? I wonder.
I can't see how that will... I can't see... No. No.
Well, there she is.
It's the old woman I saw at Bewley Station.
Oh. It is.
Please, forgive my intrusion. Are you Mother Mildred?
Some call me that. I prefer Mildred Walker, given as that's my name.
Apologies. Thomasina Bateman. I think we met at Bewley Station.
I take it Panswick's men have cleared off. Good riddance. Those ruffians would cut their own noses off if he asked them to. I recognised you the moment I laid eyes on you at the station.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, yeah, it's quite a striking family resemblance. You have your father's eyes, Miss Bateman.
Oh,
You knew my father?
Such piercing blue eyes he had. What a handsome young man. William.
He was here, in Bewley.
Oh, yes. A long time ago, mind. 25 years by my reckoning. But I'll never forget those eyes.
I got an achievement. William Bateman was in Bewley? Question mark.
Why was my father in Bewley?
You were helping Samuel Bryden excavate Hobbs Barrow.
You must be jesting.
Do I look like I'm jesting?
How did you come to meet my father?
One might say I have a reputation in these parts. Folks from all around come to me for help with their ailments. Hernwood is abundant with flora that, if mixed correctly, will cure almost any ill. Your father must have caught wind of this, as one day he came to me, asking for a cure.
A cure for what?
Your mother was with child, and she was suffering the most terrible nausea.
Oh.
Adam.
I made something to help her.
The journal. This was entered in the journal. It belongs to my father.
What journal?
Take a look at this. A passage recalls meeting a local wise woman to seek a tincture for his beloved's nausea gravidarum.
Aye, that's me. I made the tincture for him.
This is incredible.
You don't recognise your own father's handwriting?
It's been so many years since I've seen it.
What about the stone?
What do you make of this stone?
I-A-W. I haven't a clue. Perhaps it's an old folk trinket, or a talisman of some kind. The moors are steeped in folklore.
What can you tell me about the excavation?
Well, not much. I only met your father twice. The last time he asked me if I knew anything about binding magic.
Binding magic.
He said he needed it for the excavation.
Hogwash. My father is a man of logic and reason. Why would he be asking about such nonsense?
Perhaps you don't know him as well as you think you do. Anyway, I know nothing of magic and told him so. He seemed disappointed. I never saw him again, but I understand the excavation went ahead. Samuel Bryden hanged himself not long after. Reason enough for you to stay well clear of that place.
Yeah, the artwork on this is amazing. Like, it looks very I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it's very cozy, sort of.
You never saw my father again after the excavation?
No, I always assumed he just went home.
Sets the atmosphere
Who
very well.
excavated Hobbs Barrow alongside Samuel Bryden and my father?
From memory, it were just the two of them.
Hi, Zach. And hello, everybody. Binding magic.
What do you think my father meant by binding magic?
I've no idea. He didn't explain more, and I didn't wish to pry.
This just doesn't sound like my father at all.
You'll have to ask him yourself.
I'm afraid my father has been incapacitated since I was a child. He cannot speak nor move.
Terrible. Oh, I'm sorry.
You said that the flora here could cure almost any ill.
Almost, my dear. But your father's affliction sounds beyond my abilities.
The landlord of the Plough and Furrow told me about a folk tale associated with Hobbs Barrow. Something about a goblin. Are you familiar with it?
No doubt there is such a tale. Name any beastie you can think of, and someone round here will have a story about it.
My thoughts precisely.
Third man.
Charles Bryden mentioned there was a third man involved in the excavation.
Is that so? Well, you'd best ask him about it. He knows more than I do.
What about Leonard Shoulder?
Can you tell me anything about Leonard Shoulder?
I know of him.
Guy's been
as
ghosting
is the
me.
nature of such a small town. I also know he invited you here.
Little escapes you, Miss Walker.
So they say. My path rarely crosses with his. Let's put it that way. But he's a nice enough fellow.
I see. Do you know Lord Panswick?
I know his labourers make a mess of these woods, the brutes. The man himself hasn't graced me with his presence.
You've never met him?
Not since he were a wee lad. A maid brought him to me with a sore stomach. It were all the rich food they were feeding him, nowt more.
Thank you for your help, Miss Walker.
Huh.
The cottage is nestled cosily in the woods.
Cozily in the woods.
I shouldn't enter uninvited.
Anything else around here? Berries?
What are those berries you're picking?
An ancient breed, no good for eating. However, they do have some medicinal qualities.
I see. They look somewhat like juniper berries.
Okay.
Miss Walker is... I have nothing else.
Alright, well, we learned some things. We know this is our father's, then. Some crazy symbolism going on here. I wasn't barging in. I'm just checking to see if the door's open or not.
Miss Bateman,
Yes.
remember what I told you when we first met? You're better off waiting for the next train back to the city.
Why?
Something terrible happened to Samuel Bryden in that barrow. Whatever they found down there, I'd wager it got to your father too. Tell me you won't disturb Hobbs Barrow.
I can't make that promise, Mildred.
Can't say I didn't warn you. There is something unnatural about that place.
We must seek to understand the world by rational means, Miss Walker. One cannot abandon reason.
Back to picking berries. Still like those little rats. Little Gloomwood rat and the thief rat.
Thomasina, come here this instant.
I'm playing with Josephine.
She can wait. This is very important.
Rats. Rats. Oh. I am a child.
I'll be back soon, Josephine. I'll be back What is it, Mummy?
It's your father.
Daddy's home?
No, my dear. I must go to Bakewell with haste. Miss Bowes will look after you whilst I'm gone. Is that clear?
Where's Daddy?
He's had an accident.
What happened?
He's come off his horse.
Silly Daddy. Will he be all right?
Of course he will be fine. Your father is as strong as an ox, but I need to go collect him, all right?
Can't I come too?
No, dear. Miss Bowes will look after you.
But I want to come.
Go pick up your dolls, then come inside, all right?
Yes, Mummy.
Okay. Okay, Mom.
Josephine, it's time to go inside now.
Got the little frog with the guitar. I can't take full credit. I've based it off of another drawing, but
Where did Mommy go?
it is pretty cute. I guess we're just leaving now. Wonder if we could just take this knowledge. Oh. Oh.
I helped him then, and I can help him again.
That was the dream we had last night.
Arthur, you won't believe it. The journal belongs to my father. He was here in Bewley. Arthur? Hello?
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to remember something.
What is it?
I'm not sure. Something in the woods. It will come back to me. You say your father were in Bewley?
Yes, Mildred said that he helped Samuel Bryden excavate Hobbs Barrow 25 years ago.
Well, I'll be. Let's talk about it tonight at the plough.
He seems distracted, but maybe also I'll kickstart his memory.
Arthur, I must tell you about the dream I had. I was at Hobbs Barrow and there was a creature. It told me it saved my father from something inside and that I would find proof of this in the morning. Sure enough, when I awoke, the journal was in my room. Mildred confirmed the journal belonged to my father. The creature told me it could help my father again. I mean, it was merely a dream. I don't know what to think anymore. Arthur? Arthur, are you listening? Fine then, we'll talk later. I hope you piece together your memories. He is staring intently into the woods. I'll leave him be for now.
All right. I guess we're trying to get to Mr. Bryden's farm. I still don't know what to do with this worm. And I've got resin.
I can't see how that will help me.
Something's happening. It's me.
Mummy?
Get away from the fire, Thomasina.
What are you burning?
Nothing. Just waste. Now go inside.
Pages out of a book.
Abrax.
Braxis?
Mummy, what is this?
Waste. Burn it.
He's doing well to be maintaining all this land at his advanced stage.
Mr. Bryden.
Good day, Mr. Bryden.
Miss,
I'll
stop you there. I know what you're going to ask. No, I haven't changed my mind. There'll be no digging here, lass.
Mr. Bryden, allow me to explain. There has been an astonishing development this morning.
Yes?
My father was with your brother during the excavation.
Oh,
Yes. Can you believe it? I had no idea he had been here.
the answer's still no, lass. I saw what happened to poor Samuel. I won't risk the same happening to anyone else.
But
Samuel being
enough
his
now.
brother.
You can feast your eyes on that hovel to your heart's content, but there'll be no digging.
Can I show you the journal?
look, Mr. Bryden, my father's journal. It confirms he was with your brother during the excavation of Hobbs Barrow.
Ha! Take that away from me. I'll be having none of that.
What about this cool rock?
What do you make of this stone, Mr. Bryden? It was strapped to my father's journal.
Wait a minute. Let me see that. By God. Wait here a moment. I need to get something from inside.
I waited for what felt like an age. I now realise that Mr. Bryden must have been in a great debate with himself, wondering whether or not to share his own piece of the mystery with me. The goat stared at me, seemingly in pity, as I stood there in that rolling fog. Finally, Mr. Bryden emerged.
Now then, as far as I know, what I have here is the only thing that Samuel brought back from Barrow. Take a look.
Yep. Kaz.
Incredible! A pair!
That's been in my drawer ever since Samuel passed. I suppose it might be important, so I kept it safe. Fate is clearly playing a part in your arrival, lass.
Please, Mr. Bryden, allow me to excavate Hobbs Barrow, a place that is no more than dirt and stone.
You're not gonna give up, are you, lass?
I'm not.
Samuel managed to say one thing about those men that helped him. I think it's time I tell you.
Yes?
He stuttered out that one of those fellows could barely walk after they got out of there. Tongue-tied too, the man were.
My father.
You what?
My father. He had an accident around 25 years ago that left him bedbound and unable to talk.
Aye, could be him.
My mother told me it happened in a horse riding accident.
Samuel boarded up that barrow for a reason. Something unnatural occurred, I know it.
Mr. Bryden, we must rely on our rational faculties to explain any...
Promise me you'll be careful. Any sign of trouble, leave without hesitation and we board that accursed place up again. Understood?
Wait, you're giving me permission to excavate?
Aye. Against me better judgment. I don't have the energy to stop you, lass.
Thank you so much. I am grateful.
Don't make me regret my decision. Take Samuel's stone.
Are you sure?
Aye. Give it back to me when you're finished, though.
I promise. Thank you. I'll be sure to show you my discoveries, Mr. Bryden.
I'd rather you don't. Now then, I've got things to get on with.
I don't suppose you can spare any labour to help me with the dig?
Don't push your luck, lass. Market's on today. Plenty of able-bodied men about. Ta-ra now.
Permission
Like
granted.
that, I finally had permission to excavate Hobbs Barrow. As exciting as that was, I was distracted by what Mr. Bryden said of his brother's associate. There was no doubt in my mind that father was the stricken man he spoke of. You told me he was crippled after coming off his horse. Why did you lie to me? To protect me, to stop me from following in his footsteps. You failed. And so did Charles Bryden. He should have said no. He should have never given me that stone.
So I've got one stone. IW, that's a head of a chicken. Another stone that looks like snakes. And when the little girl me was reading that that book there, she started to say abra abra. Praxis. Well, I probably am going to need help to do this stuff, huh? There we are.
Good day.
Fresh produce.
What have you got for sale?
I'm selling meat, vegetables, and all sorts of herbs and things. You're welcome to have a gander.
I'll be sure to browse. Goodbye.
Ta-ra, miss.
A decent selection of cuts and sausages. Various chards and beets.
Chards.
She is selling various herbs, some familiar looking, some not. She is selling tins of corned beef. Ghastly. The box is full of various sprouts and onions, nothing particularly tempting.
What does this guy get?
Sacks of apples and cabbages. They've all seen better days. Good day.
Freshly picked apples, miss. Would you like to try one on the house, like?
Sure.
Yes, please.
Here you are, miss.
The apple looks somewhat rotten. It's riddled with holes. The apple looks some... The worm has found a new home within the holes of the rotten apple. The worm is happy in his new home.
Okay, well, Kenneth II has a home now, I guess. Pie seller.
Can I interest you in a pie? Finest mutton in all the county. 2p each.
No, thank you.
You're missing out.
Got no money.
Hello, Miss Tompkins.
Hello.
We weren't introduced earlier. My name is Thomasina.
Ma'am?
How do you fare, Miss Tompkins?
I'm waiting for Mr. Ambrose. Have you seen him?
Who's that?
The milkman. Ms. Fenchurch will be ever so cross if I've no milk for his lordship.
I'm afraid I haven't seen him.
It's Fenchurch.
You are in the employ of Lord Panswick.
Aye. He employs Arthur Bewley in one way or another.
I'm in need of some help for my excavation. Do you think his lordship could lend me some of his labourers?
Maybe.
Might you introduce me to him?
Sorry, ma'am, but his lordship doesn't take visitors. Any road, I must wait here for Mr. Ambrose.
Ms. Fenchurch will be ever so cross if I've no milk for his lordship.
If Mr. Ambrose doesn't turn up, and I find you some milk, would you be able to introduce me to Lord Panswick?
His lordship really doesn't like visitors, ma'am.
I'll take the risk.
Miss Fenchurch will be cross with me. But she'll be even crosser if I come back without fresh milk.
So, do we have a deal?
Aye. Bring me some milk, and I'll take you to his lordship.
Thank you.
Hopefully, Mr. Ambrose will arrive soon.
Am I gonna have to milk the goat?
Have you been waiting long for Mr. Ambrose?
Aye. He should have been here a good 2 hours ago. He's here every market day, you see. He sells only the freshest milk. Miss Fenchurch swears by it. I hope misfortune hasn't befallen him on his way here.
I'm sure he will turn up.
Oh, I hope so.
Are you familiar with Hobbs Barrow?
What's that?
Never mind. What do you make of these stones?
Oh, gives me the creeps.
Why?
Dunno, just a feeling.
Who is Miss Fenchurch?
His lordship's housekeeper.
I'll let you know if I find some fresh milk.
Thank you, ma'am. But tell me if you see Mr. Ambrose, won't you?
I will. The bucket is rusty and full of holes. I can't see how that will help me. Good day.
Hey up.
Look at this, Mr. Crozier. It's my father's journal.
Oh, aye? Why are you showing me?
Did you slip it under my door last night?
Ha! Have you gone daft? Why would I have your father's journal?
Never mind. Did the sketches inside mean anything to you?
Looks like a load of rubbish to me.
Hogwash, as they say.
I found out my father visited Bewley 25 years ago. William Bateman, perhaps you remember him?
I would have been just a lad. What were you here for?
That's what I intend to find out. What do you make of these stones?
Don't look like out to me.
Are you familiar with any local folklore?
Oh, aye. The old cobbler used to tell me some right stories.
Swore he sold a pair of boots to a goblin when he were a young man.
A goblin, you say? I take it this cobbler was a regular at the Plough and Furrow?
Never drank a day in his life. Sober as a judge. Have you been to the Devil's Toe?
Yes, I'm familiar with the cairn.
Some say they've seen the goblin's daughter there, playing her fiddle. Can't say I've seen her myself, mind.
So that girl? Huh.
Do you know any other stories about this goblin?
I don't have the time to be standing here gossiping about old wives' tales.
Apologies. Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
I'm a blacksmith, not a cattle farmer.
Quite. I'm having some trouble extricating a knife from a table in the Plough and Furrow. Might I borrow a pair of pliers?
A knife, you say? I can get that out for you.
That's very kind of you, Mr. Crozier.
Think nothing of it. Wait here.
There we are.
That were a struggle. Here you are.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
A knife.
I should be careful. The blade is sharp. No, that won't... I'm not sure what that... No, that... Hmm.
Wait a second. Is that cat there? Hi.
It's Herbert, the local stray.
Trying to just look around and see if there's anything different or interesting going on. This is the end of the world.
Over the horizon. I see nothing but moorland.
Who's this guy?
Joe, perhaps you've had enough sugar?
Don't you start an all.
Hello?
Oh, aye, she's back again. Can't a man drink his tea in peace? There's nought for you here, lass.
Horrible man. How many more sugar cubes is he going to add to his tea? He'll have no teeth left by the end of the day. I'm not going to waste my time with him any further.
Oops.
I've had some rather unbelievable news, Stanley.
Oh? Remarkable.
Quite the coincidence, is it not?
Remarkable. Just remarkable.
Do you recall my father from back then?
I'm afraid not. Those were my droving days, you see. I didn't spend much time in Bewley. But an interesting turn of events nonetheless.
What do you know of Mother Mildred?
I'll tell you what I know about Mother Mildred. She wants locking up.
Oop.
How so?
She owes me a small fortune on her tab from years ago. Do remind her next time you see her, won't you?
I'd rather not get involved, if you don't mind.
Be careful who you trust, Miss Bateman.
Do you have milk?
Do you have any fresh milk
Got
going
milk?
spare?
Sorry, lass. I've none at all.
Never mind. Goodbye.
See you soon.
Nothing strange going on here.
A decorative plate.
Well, we could go talk to Mildred again, knowing what we
Hello
know.
again.
Yes?
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
No, sorry.
Not to worry. Farewell.
The fox.
shan't be visiting.
He's gone. Yeah, that's true. Go around asking for milk. Can't be bothered to know where to get any. Well, yeah, obviously it comes from the milkman. Hey, Mr. Painter, oh. No milk? No milk next to the congregation or the sacramental wine.
Locked. Locked as well. I think they all might be. I can admire the craftsmanship from afar. Extraordinary craftsmanship. A memorial list of former vicars. They stretch back several hundred years.
And this is all the same. Aha.
Hello?
It's the goblin's daughter. Oh, hey.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Did you see a young girl with blonde hair pass by here?
No, lass. Here you up. Are you Thomasina Bateman?
That might be Leonard's shoulder.
That's my name.
How marvellous. It's me, Leonard Shoulder.
Yeah.
Heavens! I'd given up on finding you.
Please take a seat, Miss Bateman. We have much to discuss.
You've proven to be quite the enigma, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm mortified. I offer you 1,000 apologies. You see, I've been bound to me bed these past few days with a terrible fever.
How dreadful. I take it you're feeling better now?
Aye. I were on me way to find you when I stopped here to catch me breath. I've not much go in me these days.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I were worried you'd have given up on me and left town.
I had no idea what had become of you, Mr. Shoulder. I spent a good amount of time pounding on your front door.
I'm embarrassed. I really am. I've been doing my best to sleep through the fever. I am so very sorry. Please accept my apology, Miss Bateman.
Fine, Mr. Shoulder. I've come all this way. Let us speak of the business at hand.
Marvellous.
I've just learned that my father was part of a previous excavation of Hobbs Barrow some 25 years ago. Why didn't you mention this in your letter?
What? Where did you hear that?
I have my means.
I swear, Miss Bateman, I had no idea.
I take it you will also deny delivering me my father's journal?
I'm confused. What journal?
My father's journal was slipped under my door at the Plough and Furrow. It wasn't you who did this?
I've been bound to me bed, lass. What an extraordinary coincidence. You are following in your father's footsteps.
It would seem so, Mr. Shoulder.
This is also the guy that I saw in town who possibly locked the back door to trap me inside. So he was sneaking around even on the day that I arrived and knew I was here. Unless being out in the rain made him sick.
Why did you invite me to excavate Hobbs Barrow?
I've always been curious about the colourful folklore surrounding the place. My father told me all sorts of stories about it when I were a wee fellow. Stories that some folk around here take a little too seriously. Especially after those lads entered the Barrow a while back.
How did you know about me?
I saw your interview in the Bakewell Times. A young lady travelling about the land, digging up barrows. Perfect for the job.
But why do you wish to excavate the barrow?
I want to see what those lads found in there. My curiosity has grown over the years. Now it is time for the mystery to be solved.
I must say I am rather eager to find out what's in there myself.
I'm gonna grab something to drink real quick. And we'll be right back to it. Okay. Oh, I can use the keyboard and mouse. Or I mean, obviously the mouse, but also the keyboard.
Mr. Bryden has given me permission to excavate Hobbs Barrow.
Marvellous! I'm sorry you've had to sort all this out in my absence. When do we start?
Tomorrow, I hope. But first I need to recruit some locals to assist with the dig. It's too much work for me to do on my own.
I see. Bewley has its fair share of strapping young lads. You'll find assistance, Miss Bateman.
Did you know my father?
I don't believe so. What's his name?
William Bateman. He was in Bewley for at least a few days, from my understanding.
I'm sorry, lass. The name doesn't ring a bell.
Are you sure you had no idea of my father's involvement in the previous excavation?
I'm quite sure. A most fascinating coincidence, but nothing more than that.
I'm starting to wonder if it's more than mere coincidence, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman, I did not take you for a credulous individual.
I'm none of the sort.
Don't know if I trust this guy.
What can you tell me about the previous excavation of Hobbs Barrow?
Oh, it were 25 years ago, or thereabout. Back then, Bewley were undergoing a period of great strife. Samuel Bryden hadn't harvested a single crop for 2 seasons. Even Hernwood was sick. Berries went to rot almost as quickly as they grew. Folks started to believe the ground were blighted. Disease spread through the livestock too. People were going hungry, a panic set in.
That sounds terrible.
Aye, but I managed to keep myself fed. These things happen in nature, but the blame for it all fell on Hobbs Barrow. It were long said that a goblin made his home there. A rumour took root that the goblin were not best pleased with the villagers. In revenge for some unperceived slight, the goblin placed a curse on the soil itself. The villagers believed that ridding the barrow of its lodger would put an end to it all.
Hogwash. My father would have paid no heed to such tales.
Whether it were his intent to join the excavation when coming here, I do not know. But whatever it were that Samuel Bryden and those lads did inside that barrow, people say it did the trick. The crop started to grow back, and health returned to the livestock. Bewley were no longer in the grip of dark forces. You must understand, folk here are a superstitious lot. They don't want you disturbing whatever it were those lads did. As far as the villagers are concerned, the problem were fixed. The thought of another excavation must be conjuring panic that you'll undo whatever it were they did.
This does explain a lot.
And it's also why I'd venture nobody around here wants you to touch the place.
Except for you.
I want to know what's there.
Surely you don't believe these tales of goblins and curses to be true?
The goblin.
Not at all. However, I suspect those lads did find something in the barrow. But did it have any connection to failing crops and dying livestock? No. I can assure you there's nothing to fear. Coincidence reigns supreme.
So what do you think they found?
That is for us to discover, Miss Bateman.
Who was the third man who joined my father and Mr. Bryden on the excavation?
I'm afraid I don't know. Although I'd heard about the excavation and I were intrigued by it, I mostly stayed at home during that time. The atmosphere in the village was rather too tense for me liking. And besides, the excavation were undertaken with an air of mystery about it.
Alright. What about folklore?
Tell me more of this folklore you mention.
It is said that Hobbs Barrow is home to a goblin. Everyone in Bewley has some version or another of this story. But the version my father told me as a child described the Barrow as a thin place. The goblin were deemed to be the guardian of this so-called thin place.
Tell me more about this goblin.
Some said he were a mischievous little mite, snatching newborn lambs and smashing windows with pebbles. Others said he were friendly, there to lend a helping hand in times of strife. The latter of which makes it all the more surprising as to why the previous excavation took place. My father's stories put the goblin in the mischievous category. Saxnot, he called the creature. I recall one such anecdote, that Saxnot entered Bewley and ordered a pair of boots to be made by the cobbler. However, when collecting them, he insisted on paying for them with a bag of sow's teeth. The cobbler was so scared of angering the goblin that he accepted.
A colourful tale indeed, Mr. Shoulder. Has any explanation been offered for why this Saxnot cursed the soil?
Your guess is as good as mine, lass.
That's like the blacksmith said the cobbler told him he had to make boots for the goblin.
What is a thin place?
A place where one can walk between worlds. Where the flesh meets the spirit world. Just superstition, of course, as you well know.
I had a peculiar dream last night. I met a creature at Hobbs Barrow. I suppose you might say it was a goblin. It told me it had saved my father from trouble inside Hobbs Barrow. I'll admit the coincidence of this is somewhat astounding.
A remarkable coincidence, but nothing more than that.
But there is still one thing that puzzles me. The goblin told me proof of its claims would await me in the morning. Surely enough, I awoke to find that my father's journal had appeared in my room.
Very queer indeed.
Mr. Shoulder, you invited me here, to a town I'd never heard of, only for me to discover that my own father was here 25 years before. And not only that, but that he was also embroiled in some sort of superstitious hysteria which goes against everything he ever taught me. Something is wrong here. This must be more than mere coincidence.
It's strange, I'll give you that. But please remember who you are, Miss Bateman.
This is my father's journal.
Incredible. Can I look inside?
You may.
Look at these drawings. Wonder what it all means.
You and I both. It all feels very out of character for my father.
I'm sure you'll find the answers beneath the soil, Miss Bateman.
What do you make of these strange stones, Mr. Shoulder? They seem to originate from the previous excavation. One belonged to my father, the other to Samuel Bryden.
Marvelous things. They look ancient.
I agree. I've never seen anything like them in all my digs. Is this your glove?
I've been looking all over for that. Where did you find it?
In the alley behind the plough and furrow on the night of my arrival. Were you there?
As I say, I've been bedbound for several days, Miss Bateman.
How odd.
Can I please have it back?
Here.
Thank you.
Well.
We're peas of the same pod, Miss Bateman. I knew you wouldn't be frightened by a few old stories. It will be interesting to see what those lads found in there.
Certainly.
Thank you so very much for responding to my letter and for coming here. We have some great discoveries to make, you and I.
I sincerely hope so.
And a chance to follow in your father's footsteps. Right, time for me to shift these old bones. I'm to take me a spot of the plough and furrow. I'll be there all night should you need me assistance.
Thank you, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm sorry again for giving you the runaround. I promise I am not beyond redemption. I won't let you down again. See you soon.
I feel like this guy might be the third man
was starting to wonder if Mr. Shoulder even existed.
But why? Why deceive me?
The day was starting to test me. The word coincidence felt insufficient to explain what was happening. It was after that first conversation with Leonard Shoulder that I started entertaining thoughts of a truly irrational nature. What if my dream wasn't just a dream? What if it was all more than simple coincidence? What if that thing really could help my father? Good day, little one. Hello? What's this? A fiddle bow? There's no string. My name is Thomasina. What's yours? Don't be shy. I don't mean you any harm.
I wonder if I have to fix her bow.
What are you doing out here all alone on the moors? Do you live here? Would you like me to fix your bow so you can play your fiddle again? Yes? Hey! Most peculiar. Perhaps I can mend the bow for her.
How would I
If
do
memories
that?
of my childhood violin lessons serve me right, bowstring is made from animal hair coated in a waxy resin.
Apparently
the
I do.
strings don't vibrate without it.
I figured the wax would help, but where the heck am I going to get hair from? I don't know if I've seen any horses. I've seen a goat.
I should apply this to the string first.
String. There's a rabbit. Turn that into a bow. There's chickens. There's a goat. Did I ask this guy about milk? Maybe he's got a horse.
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
If you can get any milk out of old Eunice, you're welcome to it.
The goat.
Eunice?
Me goat.
I thought that's what was going to happen. But I don't have anything to put milk in, even if I did. Oh, there's a bucket right there. Goat milking minigame?
What a wild-looking thing.
I might need, what do goats eat?
Hey, girl. Would you like an apple? The grumpy thing
Isn't interested. So I need horse hair or some kind of animal hair. And I need something to tame this goat. AR. Saw that before, but I still don't think I know. What it stands for.
Finally, we shall excavate tomorrow. Though first, I need to find some workmen to assist me. There's nothing else I wish to discuss at the moment.
Guess not. Brian's farm, Shoulder's cottage. We've got hens. He's brought his laundry in, I see.
I've no desire to... Mr. Shoulder told me he'd be at the Plough and Furrow.
Maybe the power of the Lord could pacify this goat. Nope. I don't have any money, so I couldn't buy stuff even if I wanted.
Hello.
Good day.
Do you have any milk for me, Mum?
Not yet, Miss Tompkins.
Oh dear.
No sign of Mr. Ambrose?
I'm afraid not.
Good day.
Hey up.
I met a girl at the Devil's Toe. She gave me this broken fiddle bow.
Ha! Well, you've experienced the local folklore firsthand then, lass.
Does the name Saxnot mean anything to you?
Never heard of it. What is it?
Never mind. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Saxon. That was what that goblin was named, but I'm kind of wondering. No. Okay, never mind. Just seems like a name begging to be like an anagram or whatever it's called when it could be rearranged.
Good day.
Fresh produce.
Do you have any milk for sale?
Not today, sorry.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra, miss.
Hello again, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman.
What else can you tell me about this Saxnot?
Try not to worry yourself too much with these old stories. Leave those to the locals, Miss Bateman.
Have others spoken of goblins appearing in their dreams?
A dream is a dream, that is all. They merely make for good stories.
I know.
But to answer your question, no, not to my knowledge.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm sure the locals have filled you in already, lass.
You cut quite the mysterious figure. Most had little to say.
It's true, I do tend to keep my head down. When one gets to my age, one grows very comfortable in one's home. I like the isolation of the moors. I wouldn't change it for anything.
I take it you don't get many visitors.
Oh no, nobody bothers me. That's the perk of living so far out, huh? Just me and me hens. I used to come into Bewley more often, back before my health went to bugger, eh?
Wonder if it's a nod to Saxton, where the game The Lost Crown took place. What is The Lost Crown? Ghost hunting adventure? Yeah, I don't know. Perhaps.
What do you think of Bewley?
Whilst one could consider the villagers to be rather unenlightened, this place has its charm. The market's in town today. You can see that folk want fun out here.
I know where I can find a Scotch egg, that's for certain.
Do treat yourself to one. You'll not taste better.
This guy has a lot to say.
Is there anything else I should know about Hobbs Barrow, Mr. Shoulder?
No, lass. I'm certain we will know a lot more about it by this time tomorrow.
I hope so. What do you make of Lord Panswick?
His lordship is an important man in Bewley, as I'm sure you have gathered. His family has commanded much respect here for many generations.
Do you respect him as a leader?
I do. He wants the best for the village. Without his influence, the railway line would have never come through here.
Does he want more visitors?
Aye, I believe so. He has great ambitions for Bewley and wants to share them with the world.
What do you make of Mildred Walker?
Who?
I believe she's also known as Mother Mildred.
Oh, we used to get about when we were children. Our paths have not crossed in a long while.
What do you think of Charles Bryden?
He is a decent man. It must have been hard for him after that terrible business with his brother.
Without a doubt. I must say I had assumed you had at least spoken to him about my visit.
Sorry, lass, I had no intention of giving you the runaround. Again, I can only apologise.
If you don't mind me asking, what is the nature of your ongoing illness?
Oh, just the ravages of age. Getting off this bench will be a small battle in itself. Something you won't need to worry about for many a year, Miss Bateman.
Growing old is a blessing and a curse. And what of your recent fever?
An ordeal it were. So much tossing and turning. But I'm right as rain now, especially after a mug of ale. Don't worry about me.
What are Lord Panswick's plans for Bewley?
He's rebuilding an old chapel on his estate. He seeks to bring God back to these lands.
But what of St. Edmunds? I think Father Roach might argue God has never left.
Indeed. Let's leave such arguments to them, shall we?
Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Who's this? Someone
I'm
new.
not going to wait. I don't care.
You found old Leonard, I see.
Yes, finally.
Saxnot.
Does the name Saxnot mean anything to you?
No, I can't say it does.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Hello there.
Yes?
Who are you?
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Ted? Ted Cross?
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise.
Ted Cross?
Are you a local, Mr. Cross?
Oh no, I'm just passing through. I'm a musician. Just myself, me guitar and me horse.
Oh, his horse. His horse.
Are you a travelling musician?
Aye. I've been playing a new song tonight. I've just finished the lyrics.
What's it about?
You'll have to come listen.
What are the chances I could cut a good solid chunk of your horse's tail off, Mr. Cross?
What do you make of Bewley?
Can't say that I know much about this place. I don't usually travel this far south.
I see. Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
Can't say I have, miss. What is it?
Never mind. Thank you for your time.
Make sure you watch my performance later, won't you?
I'll try.
Sure.
I don't need to...
Where's the horse at? Probably on the hitching post out back. I had to guess. Hello.
A fine specimen. She's well looked after. That's not mine to take. The horse has been provided with some drinking water. Horsehair would make fine bowstring.
What do you, yeah, don't just fucking pull it off.
She almost took my head off.
Can we use our sharp knife? This seems like a bad idea. I'm gonna save it.
I could certainly use the knife to cut some hair from her tail, but I'm gonna have to gain her trust unless I want a hoof to the nose.
I mean, I've got the rotten apple.
Hey girl, would you like an apple? She is completely indifferent. Perhaps the apple is too spoiled for her liking.
I was gonna say. Hey, mister.
Good day.
How did you like your apple?
I'm afraid it is rather rotten, sir.
Hey up. That's slander, that is. Don't you be going around telling folk I'm handing out rotten apples.
Just give me a fresh one, then.
Good day.
Freshly picked apples, miss. Selling them at a steal. Would Miss like to buy some?
No, thank you.
Uh,
The produce.
I've got no money. Ah.
These flowers look pretty. Someone must take good care of them. Fresh and steamy. Delightful. I believe a horse to be the culprit. I certainly don't wish to touch it.
Hmm. Are they at the church yet? No. I thought he said they'd be at the church eventually. What about the berries? Can I get some berries?
I have nothing else. What are those berries you're picking?
An ancient breed, no good for eating.
Oh.
However, they do have some medicinal qualities.
I see.
Hmm. I don't have anything to make this goat like me either.
Well, did you try to milk her?
Not yet.
Oh.
Come on, you can use me bucket.
Oh, he has no helpful hints. Maybe if I use the bucket on the goat, that's enough to...
All right. We are doing this.
What the fuck? Huh? Is that the brother? What the hell?
I'm not sure what that was. I don't know what's happening to me. All this superstitious nonsense must be getting to my head.
Try again?
I'm not going near that thing again.
Oh. Maybe now we should talk to him. What the hell?
Well, did you get any milk out of her?
I tried, and failed miserably.
She's a temperamental beast.
Perhaps you could milk her for me?
I'd like to help you, lass, but I've just had a flare-up in me joints. I've worked myself too hard this morning. I couldn't bend down to save myself.
Is there anything I can do to help?
My wife would say I'm beyond any help, I'm certain of that. But if you know of any remedies for aching joints, please send them my way.
Perhaps a berry
See what I can do, Mr. Bryden.
concoction.
I'm going to rest for a while. Ta-ra now.
Gosh, we've got a regular puzzle going on. Oh.
Daddy, I have something for you. I do hope you remember it. I've taken great care of it. I'll fetch it for you now, all right?
Oh, it's the vase.
Daddy, you must remember this. The day that started it all. It's the red urn you buried in the garden for me. My first ever excavation. Where should I put it?
The perfect spot.
Mother took away all the knickknacks that used to sit on these shelves. The pot might look nicer a little closer to the light anyway. Perfect. It will catch the light from your lamp so nicely. There. I'm going to become a great barrow digger just like you. I hope the pot reminds you of those adventures we had together when I was a child, and how thankful I am for everything you've taught me. Now I must tell you about my visit to Pallinghurst. I found an arrowhead. What are those berries?
An ancient brew. However, they do have...
I see. Good day.
Yes?
Do you know of any remedies for aching joints?
You're too young to be suffering from this, surely.
It's for someone else, Mr. Bryden.
Yes, yes. I know just the poultice.
Capital. May I have some?
Well, I don't have the ingredients, I'm afraid.
Oh, gosh.
What do you need to make it?
It's a simple blend made of natural elements. Elderflower and flirtwort. I can make the poultice for you if you bring me these things. Then it just needs to be applied directly to the joints. That should ease his burden.
Apply directly to the
Thank
forehead.
you. Where can I find some flirtwort?
Flirtwort is not commonly found around Bewley. It's a perennial shrub that bears small white flowers.
Sweet
You
smelling?
might find some growing out on moors if you're lucky.
Thank you. Where can I find some elderflower?
There used to be quite a few elder plants growing here in Herne Wood, but they've long since gone. Nowadays, you might find the shrub growing within a hedgerow or a private garden.
I see. What does elderflower look like?
Elderflowers are small, white, and grow in clumps on the elder shrub. Elder shrubs can grow in all shapes and sizes. Just look out for the clumps of tiny white flowers.
Are they both white?
Where can I find...
Flirtwort is not... It's a perennial shrub that you might...
Thank you.
I think I know where
Farewell.
one of them is. This thing.
This looks like it might be elderflower. I'll
No.
take some.
Okay. Oh,
Excuse me, Miss Bateman. I'm in something of a hurry. Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. Which work is that quote from?
Romeo and Juliet. Oh, he's gone.
in a hurry. This is a hedgerow type place. Not quite. Never have tried to dig up that freshly dug grave.
You're a sweet little thing, aren't you?
Where else might we find flowers? I don't recall, unless it's somewhere that we haven't been.
I can't think of anything else. The road disappears.
Nothing over there. Well, you know, let me look in here again real quick.
Good day to you, pet.
Hello, Mrs. de Plancy.
If you're looking for Father Roach, he won't be back until tomorrow.
Oh.
Where is Father Roach?
You might have noticed the good father has a green thumb. He's gone to visit his friend in the countryside to purchase some seedlings for his tower garden.
Maybe he's got some.
Where is Father Roach's tower garden?
Why, on top of St. Edmund's, of course. He's got a lovely collection of cuttings up there. You'll have to ask him to show you.
It does sound rather pleasant. It's a shame he's not around.
Well, he does have a...
Oh, I skipped that by mistake. But he has got a spare key.
Do you know where Father Roach keeps his spare key?
No, that's his business. If I did know, I'd fetch it myself and take you up there.
Not to worry.
I do recall him saying he hid it outside somewhere. For safekeeping, like. Were it in the graveyard? Oh, I don't know. Best wait till he gets back, pet.
I found out my father visited Bewley some 25 years ago. William Bateman, perhaps you remember him?
Bateman? William Bateman? I remember a William Baldwin. He were a right miserable sod.
My father was only in Bewley briefly, from what I understand. I'm trying to piece together what he was doing here.
You'll have to ask him. I don't recall anyone of that name.
My father took part in an excavation at Hobbs Barrow. Do you recall the excavation?
I concern myself only with matters related to the church. I'm sorry I can't be more helpful.
What do you make of these stones?
They are not Christian. I'm certain of that.
I agree. Much older, I feel.
Older than Christianity?
Impossible.
Oh, the youth of today.
These box pews are most unusual. I've never seen any quite so tall.
We Bewley folk like our privacy. Many of the pews are owned by individual families.
Some might accuse you of hiding secrets.
Now, pet.
I jest.
At my age, it's hard to climb in and out of them. I'd rather stand.
Does the name Saxnot mean anything to you?
Is that a village near Erdlow?
No, never mind. Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
I don't, pet.
Not to worry. Thanks for your time.
Lord be with you.
This must belong to Mrs. de Plancy. That's not mine to interfere with.
Okay. I did want to go in there. Is there anything in the graveyard other than the... There's headstones for sure.
This appears to be a recently dug, unmarked grave.
Maybe we do want to dig up the grave.
I may be a barrow digger, but I am no grave robber. William Paxton, modest and gentle of heart. Here lies Elizabeth Farnaby. Samuel Bryden. Death is only a shadow across the path to heaven.
I saw that before, but I didn't make the connection. That's that farmer Bryden guy's brother.
Joseph Davis. Here lies Margaret Tillett, beloved mother, wife, and sister. Today she dances with angels. John Purchase, dearly beloved husband of Florence. Forever in light, Anne Kemp.
There's these stones.
In memory of Henry Crozier.
Memory plaques. This is
Margaret's Lookout.
Margaret Tillett.
Dedicated to Arthur's mother. William Paxton, modest and...
Where would I find a spare key?
It's locked.
She said she mentioned the graveyard anyway, but I don't know if that means it is in the graveyard. You'd think it would give me a hotspot to click on, but maybe not. One of these isn't loose or something, is it?
No. I think I can chip away at this plaster. Despite the cracks, the plaster is stronger than it looks. I can't break through it. In memory of George Paxton. This plaque is surrounded by cracking plaster. In memory of William Ager. This plaque...
They all...
I think I...
Are they all going to be too strong, or will one break?
Despite the cracks, the plaster... In memory of Romeo Hegg. This plaque is surrounded by cracking plaster. I think I can chip away.
Romeo and Juliet.
There's a key behind here. This has to be Father Roach's spare.
I wonder, are these all...
In memory of George Paxton. In memory of William Ager.
This one's definitely a Romeo and Juliet, and he referenced Romeo and Juliet as he walked away. Making other game references, it's definitely possible. Well, we got the key.
Capital.
Here we are.
A small label on the pot reads Flirtwort. This is just what I need. I should put the key back.
Sure.
There. I hope that stays on.
Okay. So we figured that out. Now we can get our poultice or whatever.
Good day.
Yes?
I think I have some flirtwort here.
Show me. Aye, that's flirtwort, all right. Let me know when you found some elderflower, too.
I have some elderflowers here.
Show me. No, this is not elderflower. It's cowbane. An easy mistake to make. The two look very similar.
Oh.
It's safe to eat, as long as you're not a cow. Very toxic to cattle.
Where can I find some elderflower?
There used to be quite a few elder plants growing here in Herne Wood, but they've long since gone. Nowadays, you might find the shrub growing within a hedgerow or a private garden.
I see. What does elderflower look like?
Elderflowers are small, white, and grow in clumps on the elder shrub. Elder shrubs can grow in all shapes and sizes. Just look out for the clumps of tiny white flowers.
Farewell.
Huh. Maybe the horse will eat these.
This cowbane certainly looks a lot like elderflower.
Not sure where else that would even look.
I don't wish to feed this to the horse. I don't wish to feed...
Hmm.
I have nothing else.
Hey, it's Jane.
Hello, Jane.
Miss, watch me juggle.
Nice.
Very impressive.
I can juggle even more apples.
Oh, yeah?
I dare you to juggle an extra apple.
Easy. Yuck, a worm!
Oi, put those back!
Sorry. This looks like elderflower to me.
Huh, okay.
Hello again, little worm.
Did I do something wrong then? Was I supposed to... Maybe I was too slow.
I dare
Easy. Yuck, a worm!
Oi, put those back!
Or maybe I gotta trade them for the cowbane.
Sorry, not right now.
I bet. That's probably what I gotta do. Swap them. Rather than just outright...
Sorry, miss.
Rather than just take them.
Hello again.
Let me save it once as well. So the cowbane.
No, that...
Oi! Keep your grubby hands off me produce.
Sorry.
Yuck!
I managed to swap them without her noticing.
Excellent.
I'll let the worm enjoy his new home.
Fair enough.
Good day. I have the ingredients you asked for.
Wonderful. Hand them over. There you go. Tell Mr. Bryden to apply this poultice to the area in question. It works wonders.
Thank you very much.
Now it all unravels.
Yes?
I've got a poultice for your joints, Mr. Bryden. It was prepared by Mildred Walker.
Who?
You may know her as Mother Mildred.
Oh, thank you, lass. That Mildred knows what she's doing. I should have thought to see it myself.
She said to apply it directly to where the pain is. It should work very swiftly.
I'll give it a try.
Right as rain.
Oh, that did the trick, lass. I feel like a lad of 20 again. I suppose you'll be wanting me to milk old Eunice for you in return.
If you don't mind, I'd appreciate it.
A fair exchange. Stand well back, lass.
Believe me, I'm not coming an inch closer.
There you are, lass. Some fresh milk.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bryden.
Off he goes. We've got it.
The bucket is filled with fresh goat milk.
Wonderful. I don't think I've talked to that guy over there.
I've got a pail of fresh milk here for you, Miss Tompkins.
You haven't.
Here.
Mum, you've saved my hide. Thank you.
Are you all right?
I'm worried about Mr. Ambrose. Any road, I'm heading back to Panswick Manor now. Would you still like to meet his lordship?
Very much so.
Now, I can't guarantee you'll be home, all right? He's a very busy man.
I'll take my chances.
Follow me, then.
Okay, I guess we're on our way.
Come on over. It's not much further.
Ah. This is the way, then.
What time do you call this?
Sorry, Mum.
Give it here, then. What the hell is this muck?
Goat's milk, Mum.
You daft bait. Since when does his lordship take goat's milk with his tea? Oh, he will not be pleased. Get back to your sweeping before I clip you over the head.
Sorry, Mum.
Well.
Where is Lord Panswick?
Sorry, Mum. I can't talk. Miss Fenchurch is ever so mad at me.
Sweeping the dirt off the dirt. This guy also has a moon.
It's a symbol of some kind. A moon, perhaps?
There's a moon symbol on Leonard's shoulders door.
Miss Fenchurch is a cruel-looking woman, her face set in a permanent scowl. Hello there.
Bugger off, you whelp. This is private land.
I was wondering if it might be possible to speak with Lord Panswick.
Are you deaf, girl? Don't make me fetch the guards. They're armed, you know.
Well.
By Christ, you're like a dog with a bone. Do you want to get yourself shot?
I can assure you the only things getting shot around here are the pheasant. And perhaps the odd grouse. Greetings, my lady. Lord James Panswick, at your disposal.
You're Lord Panswick?
As I live and breathe.
You could have told me that before.
What is life without mystery, Miss Bateman? A predictable stagger to the grave?
I was imagining someone...
Much older and far less handsome?
Yes, to be frank.
See? I can read your mind, my dear. Now, may I ask, what brings you to my manor?
I wanted to ask if I could borrow some of your labourers.
Oh? For what purpose?
I intend to excavate Hobbs Barrow tomorrow, and I'm in need of some assistance.
An excavation? How very delightful. We're in the middle of our own works right this minute. Follow me, Miss Bateman. Come along. I promise I don't bite.
We're building to a temple to the elder god Dagon.
For generations, this chapel was a place of unique devotion. And this was until some of my more ungrateful ancestors forgot him and abandoned it.
Why did they abandon it?
Men of great wealth and power can grow so comfortable that they forget they still need the divine. The sacrifices required to maintain such a relationship were no longer being made. The chapel soon turned to rubble, and with time, even the villagers forgot him. His influence endured, but only with the isolated few who lived on the very fringes of these moors. Believe it or not, my family's fortunes have dwindled ever since. Since I succeeded my father, it has become my life's work to restore this place of worship. With this sacred place rebuilt, he shall be venerated once more, and the name Panswick shall be uttered again across all of England. He guided the hands of my ancestors. Now it is time for him to guide us. Bewley is a godless place.
Have you forgotten about St. Edmund's? Father Roach might disagree.
I shall bring him back to these lands. and this chapel shall be his seat once again. A new world.
But it seems like you wish to bring back the past.
From out of the old world shall come the new, a greater truth. But I digress. Horace, my dear fellow.
Aye, your lordship.
This fair lady here is in need of some assistance. Would you and your chaps be up for a spot of digging at Hobbs Barrow tomorrow?
Hobbs Barrow? Aye, your lordship, 'tis no bother.
Good man. You're in luck, my dear. These are my finest, and they're all yours.
Thank you. I am grateful.
On one condition.
Yes?
I've heard wonders about Mary de Plancy's Bakewell puddings. I'd rather like to try them for myself.
Your lordship, you're giving me the help of your men in exchange for cakes?
Fair.
Yes.
But...
Farewell, my beauty.
Wait! The men look like they've spent many a long day exposed to the harsh moorland weather. Is his lordship joking about the Bakewell puddings?
No, miss. His lordship is a man of folly.
How ridiculous!
He treats you all right if you do what he asks. Please let us get on with our toil. If you do as his lordship requests, we'll help you tomorrow.
They have some decent equipment here. It will be more than useful for the excavation.
Please if you...
Okay.
Good day.
Oh, another strumpet looking to find our way into his lordship's bedchambers, I see.
I'm nothing of the sort.
Ah, I've seen plenty of your sort before.
Well, I'll be...
Some fine-looking flowers. Some fine... How very bucolic. I've no time for frolicking with the flock.
We looked at the carving. Okay. So we need a cake somehow.